This is going to be all about above ground pool water test. Hey Aquanuts, today I got 5 water tests from the Facebook group Above Ground Pools Tips and Help. Here goes. Now, before we get started today, I'm going to make some assumptions. Number one, I'm going to make the assumption that all of these are above ground pools, since it came from the Above Ground Pool Facebook group. Number two, I'm going to make some assumptions that these pools are clear, clean, and that you just need some minor water adjustments. I am not going to make any determination on how many gallons are there, so I'm just going to be reading what I have on my paper and giving you some recommendations on what I would do if my kids were planning on swimming in this pool. First up, we have Melissa. She's got a soft-walled pool with a free and total chlorine of 0.21, so pretty much nothing. pH of 7.4, alkalinity of 21, calcium level of 24, a CYA of 5, a phosphate of 17.9. She was told that she can add chlorine and some alkalinity and not worry about anything else. I don't want to step on anybody's toes here, but the people who told you this are just plain wrong. To say that you don't have to worry about your CYA, your calcium, your pH, or anything else, that's insanity. Even the paper that they're reading off of says that you need to adjust these other levels. Here's what I would do. I would first start off by adjusting your chlorine. Yes, let's get that level up. Your pH is fine at a 7.4. I wouldn't worry about that. But your alkalinity is at 21. We do need to raise that and get that up somewhere between 80 and 120 parts per million. Your calcium is at 24. That is very hungry water. That water wants calcium, and it's going to pull calcium from wherever it can find it. People say that you don't need calcium in vinyl pools. That is not true. There is calcium that is used in the making of vinyl pools. So it's going to try to pull calcium out of that, but it's probably going to be unsuccessful. So it's going to try to pull calcium out of anywhere it can get it. The components that your pump and filter are made out of, even whenever you get into the pool, you have fingernails, you have teeth, whatever, those are all made out of calcium. It's going to try to pull the calcium from wherever it can get. On top of that, if this water is out of balance, you could run into the problem of having your water turn cloudy and all of your other numbers might look fine, but you're wondering why. It's because you have a calcium level that is very, very low. In my area, calcium comes right out of the tap at 35, so 24, I would get that up. A CYA of 5, that is actually within the margin of error for most testing systems, but I would get that up to at least a 20, maybe a 25. What that's going to do is that's going to help you keep the chlorine in your pool. And with a phosphates of 1709, I would probably think about lowering those, but I would get the other numbers correct first. Kristen also has a softball pool. Her free and total chlorine is a little over 2 parts per million. Her pH is a 7.4. And I'm assuming that her calcium is 98. I couldn't really read it off of the paper. It was a little blurry. Alkalinity is 117, CYA is 60, phosphates are unknown. The pool store said to add about 10 pounds of calcium. That's it. You're good. Add 10 pounds of calcium and that is some perfect swimming water. By the way, good job. You did great taking care of your pool, Kristen. Next up, we have Marie. Marie has a free and total chlorine of 5, a pH of 7.5, and apparently the chlorine level was because she was trying to kill some bugs. A free and total chlorine of 5 is perfectly safe to swim in, so I wouldn't worry about that. An alkalinity of 150, a calcium level of 150, a cyanuric acid level or CYA of 30, phosphates are unknown. The only thing that I might do is lower your alkalinity a bit. Otherwise, you also did a great job of taking care of your pool. Congratulations. Next up we have Megan, and this was done off of test strips, so I'm not 100% sure of what the exact numbers are, so I'm going to make some guesses. We have a chlorine level of 4 parts per million, a pH of 7.8, an alkalinity of 85. I can't really tell what the calcium level is, cyanuric acid level of 40. This is also a perfect pool. You guys are giving me easy ones, except for the next one. Next up is Austin, and Austin wanted to throw me for a loop, so he gave me a hypothetical fresh fill. I'm not sure exactly where he pulled these numbers from, but let's go. We have a chlorine level of 0, a pH of 8, an alkalinity of 200, a calcium level of 500, CYA of 0, unknown where the phosphates are, and it has some metal in it of 0.4 for both iron and copper. Not sure where you got this water from, but let's go. First things first, since I'm assuming that right out of the tap you've got a calcium level of 500, we're not really going to do anything with that because we can't, other than, as you mentioned on the post, trucking in water. So let's go ahead and address the pH and the alkalinity. I am going to add some muriatic acid to get those lower within range. Once we have the pH and the alkalinity within range, we're going to want to adjust those metals. I would recommend some type of a metal removing agent that you can get from your local pool store. Once that is done, then we're going to want to shock this pool to raise that chlorine level up to where it needs to be. On a fresh fill, I'm probably going to shoot for around a 3 or a 4 parts per million on my free and total chlorine. After that, then I'm going to raise my cyanuric acid level to around 20, depending on how you plan on taking care of this chemistry in the future. Whether you are planning on using liquid chlorine, granular chlorine tablets, or my favorite, a combination thereof. Well guys, that is it. Thank you for submitting your water test for me to read. It's been a pleasure. If you have liked this content, if you have learned anything, but either way, subscribe, hit a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.